Welcome everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Dario Rinero, and I've been Managing Director of the Poltrona Frau Group since March last year. So welcome on behalf of our group. This, briefly, is our agenda. You have a very busy day, so we'll try and get into the program as quickly as possible.
It's a great pleasure to be here with you. It's also a rather mundane and bitter observation because I was remembering earlier that it's my 47th furniture fair, held inside or out. But more than anything, it's a pleasure to meet you again. I bring greetings from the President, Luca Cordero, who unfortunately can't be here with us now, but certainly will be this evening. He has a lot to do, because he has in his heart a feeling for what we do and what we'll see. I'll just say a few words. It's marvelous because I too discover new things. For example, I was over there just now on the telephone and I saw some of the wonderful things we do with our design departments for particular situations. There are things for Qantas, there are things for BMW. There are some wonderful things that sometimes even I don't notice.
The key words of our 2010 collection are comfort, quality of details, and the extremely high quality of our leather, which we aim to improve every year. I'd like to mention our design department, the participation of people who have worked with us for years, seeking to provide comfort with padding, and this is the end product, as you can see.
Cassina. One word to describe this collection: authenticity. What is authenticity? Let's look at it in depth. The fundamental part of this word is its reference to our talents, to what we have done in the past. Because it's only by understanding what your strong points are that you can set out to innovate. You have to do this with self-knowledge. So the thing that links the 7 things we'll see today is that they are all authentic. They recall our past, but they also point to and construct conceptually a path that is very Cassina. Cassina's motto is simplicity by subtraction, to give space to things using the famous principle, less is more. Because today, if you manage to carry out this exercise a lot more, you can also reduce environmental impact. And this project I launched with Piero Lissone is called Eyelet, because a lot of this sofa has no structure. It is constructed on a steel frame on which a technical fabric is stretched and then progressively covered.
I like to work to a theme, a dream, or many other things. This year my theme was balance, because I think balance is quite fundamental. I like dreaming, and so I've tried to find a balance between dream and reality. It's a formula that works. It's there in between the materials and the technique. It represents the future. It's an exception to the rule. Then balance is part of the game of design, so this too is part of the DNA of Cappellini. These are the basic ideas. It's linked up with the exception to the rule. We worked on a theme of great lightness, on projects that were almost fluid, almost immaterial. And on the other hand, in counterpoint, with different designers on projects of a very physical nature. This is because I like working with contrasts. I like mixing these two concepts. that can seem completely different, but I think they come well together in Capellini.
Thank you. I hope we've given you an idea of what goes into these products. Now, in the last 10 minutes, I'll be talking to you about the new approach we're adopting to the web. We began 1 year ago realizing that we had different sites to talk about a group that has a certain complexity, above and beyond the most important source of revenue, which comes from 3 different sectors: residential, contract and car, each with its own dynamics. So, different companies, different groups and different sectors. But above all, groups representing companies with their own histories, almost 100 years in the case of Poltrona Frau, more than 80 years for Cassina, and which over these years have worked with the greatest designers and architects at world level. So, how could we explain all this? We also saw there was a great opportunity. These are the number of clicks per day on the Cassina site, for example. And what we found analyzing these data was that every peak in the clicks corresponds to a sales peak, because our customers look at the site before going out to buy our products. Another very important thing we added to this new site is the possibility of compiling a customized catalog. We heard a lot of people saying you often look at a site and find something you like, but then you have to print it, because when you go back to the site, you have to start from scratch. This new site doesn't work like that. You can create your own personal catalog when you find something you like, and have it there to show to your wife, your husband, your children or friends, before deciding where to go and buy it.
A year ago, we realized we were in for a very tough year. In April 2009, we were coming out of a 2008 that, especially in the last quarter, put everybody's courage to the test. But with great lucidity, we decided a year like this was the time for a change, to rethink, to reorganize the company, above all starting from our own people. Now, the work that we've done so far has resulted in about 40 new products from Poltrona Frau, Cassina and Capellini, and we will be presenting them this year. And then there's the work done on our website. I was telling some of you earlier how important it is for Poltrona Frau, Cassina and Capellini to tell customers about what we are selling. This is the most important challenge today, to talk about quality, research and innovation, the time we spend in the factory with our partners. Our partners are the architects, the designers with whom we work, with whom we have the honor to collaborate. And I can see a lot of them here. There's Piero, there's the architect, Mrs. Boeri, and we're honored to have one of her creations in the Poltrona Frau catalogue. And I can see some others. There's Gaetano Pesce. These are people, partners, people we get down to work with. And already today, we're thinking about products for next year and the year after.